Hello, hello. Couple minutes late, little technical difficulties, but I'm here. And let me get all set up. Come on in and say hello. This light is super bright in my eyes, but I feel like there's not enough light, but we'll be okay. So let me get all set up. Welcome, welcome. If you're here, leave me a comment. I'm trying to see why I'm not seeing any messages here. Okay, let's see. I'm sorry. I will get it together here in just a minute. All right, there we go. Hello, hello. Hi, Betsy, Kim, Unique Crafts Company. Hello, hello. Having just a little bit of technical difficulty today, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So I'm going to get going here because I have some prep to do. And hello from Soggy, New York City, Sinlu. Hi, Deb. How's it going, my friend? Welcome. Alina, welcome, welcome. From Mississippi. I love seeing where everyone's from. So just when you get on here, say hello and let me know where you're from. We're going to get started. I've got some prep to do, but we are going to be doing another Candy Cane Wreath. Like I told you last week, we're going to have some fun with some different techniques. And I'm trying to get on a system with my live. So I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to do a live from my tutorials that I've done previously, or the one that I just did previously, and do it in a different way. So that way I can, I don't always have to wonder what I'm going to do every single live, because sometimes, you know, it takes a lot of figuring out what I want to do, getting it together. So I think if I go in that system, then it'll be a lot easier for me to bring you these lives every week. So I'm going to get some prep going. All right. Okay. I would thank you, Jen's Darrow. Thank you. I'm an 80s girl, so I love my 80s rock, that's for sure. All right, so I'd like to start off by saying that if you are looking for a live where I'm just crafting and not talking, then this live is not for you, okay? Because I've been getting a lot of pretty nasty comments the last couple lives that they say that I talk too much. And I thought that was the point of going live, so you can interact with your followers in real time. So if you're here just to see me craft, you can go watch my tutorials, and there I'm strictly crafting. I'm not interacting. But if it bothers you that I talk, or you think I talk too much, then this live is not for you. Okay, I just want to start off by saying that. And oh, thank you, Connie. Thank you. And I appreciate all of my followers that have come to my defense, and that makes me happy, because I mean, people, you get rude and nasty comments all the time, but I love when my followers defend me and I just sit back and watch. So anyway, I just wanted to say welcome, welcome. And Debbie, you don't have to shut up. We love you. Thank you. I know you've been busy and you're probably multitasking right now as we speak. So I'm going to get some water. I got some coffee. Turbo is sleeping, so I think we're all good for a little bit here. Patricia, we're going to be making another candy cane with a different technique than we did last week. And I have this really cool mesh here that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I kind of switched it up. I was going to do a red and a white one, but I figured, you know what? Let's do this. I really like this mesh and I want to use it. So I'm going to start prepping and get everything ready to go here. So this is going to be done at 15 inches. And you're going to need about a roll and a half. I apologize for not having this done ahead of time, but it won't take that long to get this prepped here. And I'm using my new rotary cutter, which I absolutely love. And I'll just do these 2 rolls together. And that'll save us some time. I know, right, Marie? I'm telling you. I mean, I had one lady who was so rude. She said, quit talking and just craft. I'm like, okay, alrighty there. Jeez. I'm like, I thought the point of going live was so you can talk and interact with people, you know? So, anyway, that comes with the whole social media game. You're going to get the good, the bad, and the ugly. And, you know, I just look at it as when people start getting nasty on Facebook or whatever, I just look at it as engagement. All right, you're helping boost my engagement. So keep it coming. But anyway, I just had to say something because it was the last 2 lives from 2 different people. It wasn't the same person. And that said I talk too much. And then I got off and I told my husband, I said, do I talk too much? I really didn't think that I talked too much, but I guess I do. So anyway, we're going to start these at 15 inches and then we're going to get going. So how has everybody been? I'm so happy that you came and joined me. I know it's a very busy time of the year for everyone. It is crunch time if you're selling wreaths. If you're doing tutorials like I am, it's crunch time to try to get all those holiday tutorials up in time so people have time to see them and make them. And it's a busy time. Debbie, are you doing any more craft shows? All right. Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties today. Yes, right, Sinlu? You're right. Haters, deaf ears. Oh my goodness. I know. Well, right, Rhonda. If they don't want to hear you, just turn down the volume. Or here's the if they don't want to hear you or they don't like you, then don't watch my live. There's a million other people that you can watch going live. You don't have to watch me if you don't like my style. Because I'm not going to change for anybody. I am who I am. And this is me. And I make mistakes and I'm not perfect. But you know what? I'm me and I'm going to do it my way because it's my channel and I can do it the way that I want to do it. So I'm going to stick with what I'm doing. And you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. It's just the way it goes. All right, so I'm just going to prep this mini so we can get started here. And there is so many ways that you can do these candy canes. And I get on these kicks sometimes on my channel. I did this with the heart wreath frames, and I just started getting obsessed with doing different techniques on the heart wreath frame. And when the Valentines came along, I was just cranking them out. I get on these kicks. So that's kind of what I'm on this kick right now with the candy canes. And I want to show you at least 4 to 5 different ways that you can use this candy cane. And this is one of them that I saw on YouTube. This is the one that I did my last tutorial. It's the same technique. I saw another YouTuber do this technique, and I will link her in the description. And I thought it was really cool the way she added the mesh to the candy cane wreath. So I'm going to share that with you today. All right, so I'm going to just throw this in my basket over here to get this out of my way. These are all cut at 15 inches. And this is the mesh from Hobby Lobby. Everything's 50% off, so it's like $3 a roll, and it takes about a roll and a half. And I know a lot of you are having a hard time finding the candy cane wreaths. So my Dollar Tree has them. I know a lot of people are saying that theirs hasn't carried them, but I have gotten very lucky. And if these weren't so, just kind of the size and to be able to ship these out, like I would help you all out and the ones that can't find them, but it just, you wouldn't want to pay the shipping and all that kind of stuff for a Dollar Tree wreath frame. So I'm not going to go there this year, but I have done that in the past. All right. All right. So we're going to get going here. Hi, Lori. Welcome. 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 And the messages take a while sometimes. They're a little delayed. So I'm starting to see everything come up. So Connie, you have one coming up. All right. Got a few ideas to do for some new release, but I do for showing. Oh, you're welcome, Connie. Let me know how you do. I always get so excited to hear how everyone does at the craft fairs. I'm going to be going to a few this weekend because I like being on the other side of the craft fairs where I get to shop and instead of being on the selling side. So let me know how you all do at your fairs. And if I don't want to hear them talk, yes. I know, Rhonda, they are. Everyone is just getting so rude sometimes, It's like they like to criticize, but why don't you go start your own channel, and let me know how it goes. So if you're just joining, I was just saying if my talking bothers you, then this live is not for you because I've been getting some nasty messages about I'm talking too much and not crafting. Oh, Lori, oh good. I'm so happy to hear that. That's great. So how long is the recovery time till you'll be able to start some crafting again? Oh, Connie, those roses were beautiful. They were gorgeous. I can't wait to see what you do with them and how at your next turnout here. Oh, you turned it into a horse. Oh, that's awesome. I've done a reindeer, but not a horse, but that is a great idea. Great idea. Okay, so we're going to get going here. This is a pretty simple one, but it's a little time consuming. I mean, not really. We're gonna make it. We're gonna go. We're gonna make this work into a speedy fashion here. So we're taking our pipe cleaners and now I'm realizing, why did I cut them in half? You know what? I don't think I should have cut those in half. I don't know. I was jumping ahead. See, this is what happens when I talk. I'm not paying attention. All right, let's not cut those in half right now, okay? So what we're going to do is I always name the bars from the outside going in, so we have 4 bars. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to take a pipe cleaner and we're coming under the 2 and 3, the 2 middle bars here. And this one, just because it's at the end, I'm going to twist it around the bottom bar as well. And we're going to do this similar pattern, except when we come up around the curve, we'll add a couple and we're going to switch it up a little bit at the end here. But for these same bars here, we're going to use the same pattern. The next one, you're going to come under the 1 and 2. And what I'm doing is when I'm twisting them, I'm twisting it in the center of those 2 bars. I'm trying to get that twist right in the middle. And then the next one is going under the 3 and 4. So that's going to be the pattern. So it's 1 and then you have the 2 right there. Okay. And we're going to space them out a little bit. And then we'll continue that pattern up into this next section. But I don't like to preload it. I like to do it as I go along. Oh, that's great, Lori. I bet you have a lot of relief from that surgery, from that. I bet that must feel amazing. All right. So we're going to start with our mesh here, curl side down. We're just going to pinch and grab down the center, and we're making little pancakes, pancake ruffles, just like in a pancake ruffle wreath. And then the first one with this, we have the 2 open sides, and then this is the finished one at the bottom. I'm going to place that finished edge at the bottom here. Just like little mini pancake ruffles is what we're making. And we're going to do that same thing on the other sides. I've never used this mesh. I think it's so pretty. I saw it one day and I didn't get it and I couldn't stop thinking about it. And I had everything ready to go for a red and white one today. And I went back and got this mesh because I just thought it would be fun to use it. And this one, now I'm going to do the finished edge right here on the left and the right. And we're just going to add this one on the right side. And I like to just to fold over those openings. So we just have one continuous pancake there. This is Irene. This is 5. Well, is this 5.5 inch or 6? This is 5.5 inch mesh from Hobby Lobby. You can use any 5.5-inch mesh. This is pretty. It's like that, those Grinch colors with that iridescent foil going through it. And we're just simply pinching and grabbing and pleating right down that center. And I'm placing it with the open ends on the top and the bottom. So we have this side that's on that left side. I mean, it really doesn't matter how you place it, but this is how I've been doing them. You really is not going to be able to see that opening if it was on the side, but and if you hear some snoring, that's Turbo. He's over there snoring like crazy. And then this is the open end. I just like to bring it around so it makes one continuous pancake. And this has the foil in it. So you're going to get a lot of that foil that's sometimes pops up like this, and then I'll just clip it off. But we can do all that at the end and fix all that. This is a red and a lime green, Debbie, iridescent. And now we're going to move on to the next section. Taking red and white ribbon. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up on messages. Oh, thanks, Lori. You're so sweet. And just wrapped up the reframe. Yes, I've seen that. I've seen people do that too. Thank you, Rod. Thank you so much. I'm an 80s girl if you didn't know it. I love my 80s rock. Okay, so we're going to do that same thing. So just like we did the one in the middle, and then we did the ones on the sides. And now we're going to continue into that next section, doing that same thing. I guess maybe we could have preloaded one more section. And there's some more spam calling. Are you all getting those? Does anybody have AT&T? Are you getting all that spam? I am getting more spam messages than I ever have in my life from that breach. You know what? I think I'm going to just keep putting this on this other crossbar right here so it doesn't slide on me. And let's preload 2 sections as we go here. And I'm just trying to get this twisted right in the center. And there's no right or wrong. There's no like it has to be spaced out this amount of time. We're just layering and stacking our ruffles, leaving them a couple inches apart. And let's go ahead and prep one more section here. Yep, you got to be careful, Debbie, with those trademark laws. You can't really, you got to be very, very careful. Yeah, you can't sell that kind of stuff because of the trademark or the Disney, any of that. Yep, there you go. A green monster theme. Oh. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do. Hi, Rhonda is block, report and block, but they just keep coming every day like crazy. Hi, Lady Rivers, welcome, welcome. Oh, I agree. Rob Bender, love ACDC. Love, love, love them. I grew up on them, with them. All right, so now we're coming into this next section, and we just try to get these out of our way because we are going to be using those here in a minute, or not in a minute, but before we're finished with this wreath, we're going to be using those pipe cleaners. And I keep losing my grip on this. They call him the green monster in the UK, Sarah. Yeah, that's what everybody has to call him here if they're selling stuff. I mean, I don't really know how all that works, but I know that you can get in big time trouble, especially like on Etsy and stuff, selling that kind of stuff. Anything trademark, NFL, baseball, anything like that. And I'm sure it's a hefty fine. And it's not worth it. Not worth it at all. Yeah, Generation X. Woohoo. I always say the 80s, in my opinion, was the best decade ever. Love the 80s. And I love how a lot of the 80s stuff has come back. Everything always starts making its way back around again. Okay, now we're adding them on the sides again. And we're overlapping those cut ends. So we want to cover those up. And that's going to help reduce the fraying as well. And it starts filling up really nicely. I like this technique because I like the way it covers the wreath without it being too wide. Let's see. Can you sell a Grinch item that you add to your wreath from Hobby Lobby? You know, Jen, I don't know all the rules, but I know I don't. I think you have to be very careful. You can't, I don't think you can. You know, I think there's a chance that you can get a copyright from that, especially if it, I mean, I'm sure like to friends and family and things like that, but not like on a website or an Etsy store. You know, I don't even think at like craft fairs, like you know, I mean, you never know who's walking around looking for that kind of stuff. I know that you can get in big time fine for anything like that, especially like the Disney, all that. So to me, it's just not worth it. I didn't know that when I first started my Etsy shop. And that was the one wreath because I did have a Grinch wreath with some Hobby Lobby stuff that sold. And then as soon as I learned that from my business coach, I was like, took everything down because that is definitely not worth it for a small business to get in trouble for that kind of stuff. Yeah, I know like you can't do, you know, the NFL, NBA, like any of that kind of stuff. You can't sell that kind of stuff. Okay, let's see. Oh, well, that's a nice feature, Linda. Yeah, I don't, well, I got a new upgrade and I think it does something with, I notice it's sending a lot to, it's recognizing the spam and not sending it. to the voicemail so I don't have to hear the phone ring all the time. Yeah, same with sports, all that stuff. Yep. These are 15 inches, Marie. Hi, Barbara. Welcome. Oh, great. I'm glad that you liked it. That's one of my favorites. I love that. Uh Jen Snyder. I can find out a little bit more about that and let you know the next live. I know it's very confusing. Honestly, I wouldn't even if I had an Etsy. I mean, I have an Etsy store, but I don't really push it that much. But if you were really big on your Etsy store, your website, I just wouldn't even touch any of that stuff. I mean, just to be on the safe side, it's you work really hard to build your business, and that would be awful if you got busted for that kind of stuff. Because I've seen stuff, I don't know if it's real. Half the things you see nowadays, you don't know if it's real, fake, or whatever. But I have seen TikToks where they're showing people getting in trouble, like at craft fairs and stuff, for selling that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I will. I'll investigate a little bit more. I'll ask that question on my business coach's business page and see what I know. They've talked about that stuff. I just remember when I heard it, when I had that thing in my Etsy store, I like freaked out and took it down because I didn't know. I was just starting out. I didn't know all the rules and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't even touch it. Especially if it says like Grinch and stuff like that. I mean, you could probably get away with the green monster attachment. They have the cute head and the feet and get away with, it's your green monster, but nothing. I wouldn't do anything that says Grinch. Just like same thing with like a football wreath. I wouldn't do like a 49er one, but you could, do a football and do the colors of the Niners, that kind of thing. But I wouldn't have an actual sign that said 49ers and selling it on a website or something like that. But I'll get more information for you and let you know, Jen. Yeah, I would just stick with family and friends for that kind of stuff for sure. Because, like I said, I bet that is one hefty fine, especially with all the Disney stuff. Oh, I heard Disney's like really strict. It's hard to believe that we're almost in November. I'm feeling a little behind on like I should have started my Christmas tutorials a little bit earlier, but it's okay. Next year, I'm going to have a chart and I'm going to make sure that I stick by my chart. Like this month is you're done with Halloween, you're moving on to this. I just start getting carried away and I lose track of time. And all right. Ooh, it's so pretty. If you could see, I know it's hard to see with all the pipe cleaners, but it's a really pretty iridescent mesh. So that's what I'm decided I'm going to do is my previous tutorial on Sunday. I'm going to do a similar, using the same technique, but making a different version. So that way I always know what I'm going to be doing live and I don't have to worry about what I'm going to do live. That way it'll be just like a set system. So, and then I've already ironed out the kinks from doing my tutorial for the live. Because this one I did on Sunday. I don't know if you saw the tutorial. It was the pink, the what do they call that? The candy, the pastels. What's really in style right now? It was that, like a pink with the candies and stuff. And this is the same technique that I used for that. So if you missed one, you'll always be able to catch it live, and it'll just be easier for me. Because I like to iron out the kinks before I go live. Because it could get a little nerve-wracking if you're trying to iron out the kinks when you're live. Let's see. What'd you say, Deb? Let me try to catch up on messages. A business coach told me a story. Sue for thousands and thousands. Yes, I'm sure they don't mess around. And I would imagine they would have people undercover going to the craft fairs and things like that, trying to crack down on that. So we're just going in that same pattern. We have the one wrapped around the 2 and 3 bar, one going around the 1 and 2, and one going around the 3 and 4. And this has been easy with these sections because they're all the same. And then when we start coming up around the curve, we'll make some alternations. Enough of the green guy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was just in that section today at Hobby Lobby. That's where I got my picks that we're going to be using today. And this mesh. And this one, I'm doing the open ends on the left and the right. Ah, I keep dropping part of it. What's going on with my fingers today? Just trying not to get the pipe cleaner stuck in the mesh. Trying to handle this as little as possible because of the fraying. But when you tuck over those open ends, that helps reduce that as well. Yeah, there'd be a lot. It'd be like bleep, 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 huh, Rhonda? It'd be bleeping you out. Yeah, I can't believe they risked that either. Jen Snyder. That's very risky. Hi, Betty. Welcome back. Been sick. Oh, I'm sorry, Betty. I hope that you're feeling better, that you'll start feeling better. It's no fun being sick. Oh, I'll be praying for you, Betty. I'm glad that you could make it. I really am. I thought about you last week when I told everyone to make sure you give this video a thumbs up because Betty always reminds me. I'm glad that you can make it, and I hope that you'll start feeling better. It's no fun being sick. I wasn't feeling good the last couple days, and I just couldn't put my finger on it, but I just wasn't feeling good and just was feeling off. And today I'm starting to feel like myself again. I don't know. It just felt like blood sugar or something was like low, and I just felt so weak. But I'm glad that you can make it, Betty. Oh, Betty, you're so sweet. I have the best followers ever. I'm telling you. So if you're new to my channel, up top, you can hit that subscribe button. If you're here watching me, just give this video a thumbs up. It'll help me and my channel and push me out in that YouTube algorithm. All right, so we have all those sections done so far. The ones right here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections that are all the same, and those are all complete. So now we're coming up the first curve. Oh, thanks, Betty. Thank you for giving those older ones some love. I appreciate that. Because I've been going on my 3rd year now of tutorials. So I do have quite a few out there now. And now I can add all my going live has been adding some more on there as well. Because I know some people, maybe you prefer to watch a live over a tutorial. Everybody has their preference, and now you have different options. If you want to watch live or you don't want to hear me yakking, then you could just go watch the regular tutorial. Okay, so now we're doing the same thing. We're coming around this curve. I'm doing my 1 in the center and the 2 on the sides. And the only thing different we're going to do is we're probably going to add like 1 extra right here on the curve. Just because it's a little bit more surface area there to get around that curve. you Debbie. That's like me trying to talk and craft, and I end up cutting all these in half. Let's see, Nicole, you're working on a Christmas wreath right now. All right, while listening to the live. Oh my gosh, that is so sweet, Nicole. You are doing some multitasking. I love it. I love it. Are you working on a Christmas wreath to sell or to give away as a gift? Making sure I missed anything. Okay. And then what we'll do is I have the 1 and the 2, and let's just add this. Well, we can do that in a minute. I'm jumping ahead. All right. Yeah, it's been a really fun journey. I never thought in a million years that my journey would end up and I'd be a creator on YouTube. I started out with an Etsy store, Etsy seller turned YouTuber, and I love creating on YouTube. It's one of my favorite things. I have the best followers and I get the nicest messages. And I just absolutely love the platform. I should be getting a little button here sent to me pretty soon because I'm part of this community, YouTube creator community, and I completed some challenges and I won a little prize. So I'm excited to get my little button. Should be coming pretty soon, and I'll hopefully one time I can add some fun things to my lives once they start learning a little bit more. I know they have all these fun things I'm new to this live journey, so I don't know about all that, but I know they have these different boards that you can get and make sound effects, and that would be kind of fun. Oh, Henry, what's Henry getting into, Debbie? Nicole, let me know how you do. I always love hearing how everyone does at the craft fairs. I know Debbie's had a successful one. She sold a few wreaths at one a few weeks ago. And I always say if you sell one wreath, that is a successful craft fair. Because I know sometimes people go and they think they're going to just sell like crazy, which is great if you do, but a success is one sale is a success. And even if you don't sell anything, it's the connections that you meet that you make there that will lead to a future sale. So keep that in mind too. Is you can look at it like that too, as you're there to build connections and show. Not everybody's ready to buy that wreath right then and there, but you give them your card and they'll call you and they'll remember, oh, I remember that nice girl that I talked to at the craft fair, and I'm going to give her a call. I need a Christmas wreath. So let me know how you do. I know they're a lot of work. I've done my share of craft fairs, and I like being on the other side, but boy, are they so much fun. So much fun to do. Okay, so we have, and sometimes they're going to slip and slide. It's okay, because once you get that ruffle on there, the ruffles are going to hold everything together. He's there somewhere. He's probably getting into something, getting into your ribbon stash, Debbie. When he's quiet, that's when you got to worry, right? Debbie is very brave. She's a crafter, and she took on a kitten, Henry, and he's the cutest thing ever. I know. I miss having a cat. My cat used to lay on my wreaths when I was making them. I'm like, oh my gosh, she loved the mesh. Okay, so I think this is where we're going to add that extra one. Oh, that's nice, Debbie. Great. Let's see. Connie's asking, how do you do the card to hand out at a craft show? Um, well, I would make my own cards. You can make your own little business cards on Canva, or you can make them um on the computer. Just make something and print them. It doesn't have to be anything. You could just have your name if you don't have a business name, and your number. It's always nice to have a business name. But and then just you can just hand them out, and just with your number, and like maybe a little message like you're looking for a holiday wreath, or a custom design, give me a call. And you can make those connections when you're talking to them, and then just hand them the card, so they can get a hold of you. So they have a way to get a hold of you. Or you can, another way to do it is to do a QR code, is what I used to do. And like a link tree code or QR code. If you have one of those with your social media, whichever platform that you like to use the most. If you don't have a link tree that has all of them there, and just have a little plastic thing you can get at the Dollar Tree, a little, thing that they can scan, and they can find you on social media. That's a great way too. If you don't want to do the cards, you could just be like, here's make sure you can message me here, and leave the little QR code. The QR codes are really easy to do on Canva, and then you can add any link and you just print it. Super easy. So that would be a great way to have people contact you if you don't want to do a little card like that. And people almost like the QR codes, I think. They like to contact, it seems like, on social media versus like calling nowadays. I don't know, it just seems like people are more into like messaging on the different platforms if they need to get a hold of you. So just, make sure that they know how to find you on the different platforms. Henry is in my leaves, in my baskets, popping. Oh my gosh, you're going to have to get a picture of that, Deb. That would make a cute Christmas card with Henry popping out of a wreath. I'll have to find a picture of our cat, Mia, bless her heart, rest in peace, with her on the middle of one of my wreaths. It was the cutest thing ever. She was like right in the hole in the wreath. And it was just like, oh, you're too cute. And then another thing, Connie, is a good thing to do would be to, I don't know if you have a Venmo or how, if people want to pay, but a lot of people, they like to pay. I mean, when you're at craft fairs, with Venmo or PayPal, but then you'll have a QR code too for your Venmo that they scan and pay, and it's real easy to set up. If you don't have it, I would highly suggest making sure that you have that before your craft fair. A way that people can pay. Okay, I added that extra one. So we have the 1, the 2, and this is the extra one. And now we're going to go back into that same 1, 2, 2 pattern. And we'll probably add one more extra one as well when we're coming around this part of the curve. And if you're new to my channel and you hear snoring, that's my pug, Turbo. That's the snore behind in my tutorials, in the background of a lot of my tutorials, that I just don't even bother editing out anymore because it is what it is. And I think it's kind of cute with him snoring in the background. Yeah, let me know, Connie. Is this your first craft fair? Because you're gonna get addicted. They are so much fun. And I think if you could get some of these candy canes done, I think candy canes would be a very good seller at a craft fair because you could sell them for inexpensive, and people like the inexpensive wreaths. We're getting there. I know it's kind of ugly right now with all the pipe cleaners, but we're going to clean this up in a minute here. It's going to be a lot of fun, Connie. Let me know. Yeah, I know there's like 2 really big ones coming up here, I think this weekend, in my area. And oh, they're 2 of the biggest ones. And I love going to them every year. One's at a lavender farm right down the street from me. And it's huge. They have live music. They have vendors like in this huge barn. So I keep dropping that, in a barn and outside. And it's just, they have like a little, like a bar. I mean, it's really a huge craft fair. And I'm hoping my lady's going to be there. My favorite lady. Okay, that one's not working for me. My favorite lady that does, I buy my earrings from her. She does the subliminal printing on the little wood earring backs, and she makes the cutest earrings. I love her earrings. So I'm hoping I can hunt her down at this craft fair. She does this one every year. And then you start doing the same craft fairs and people know you're going to be there, and then they like year after year. And then it's like, oh yeah, I bought a wreath from you. And then they'll buy another one. And it's just a great way to make connections. All right, let's see. All right. Rob Star Dallas, how's it going? Welcome. Welcome back. Welcome back. Glad you could make it. We are doing another candy cane wreath. This time we're using 5.5-inch mesh. I know, I was going to ask you, I thought you were going to be gone longer. I thought you said 12 days. How did it go? Did you get your cross wreath on your grandma's cemetery? And how was your visit with your family? I have never, we don't have a Sam's Club. We just have Costco, and they don't have mesh. So I would love to see what that kind of mesh is like, Debbie. Oh, great, Rob Star Dallas. Did you have a good visit? You said it had been a long time since you'd been back, right? To visit family? Oh, so you can order it online. Oh. Well, Deb, you're going to have to send me a picture of that because I want to see what it looks like. And I might just have to order some online. Over 12 years. Yeah, that's what I remember. It'd been a while. Oh, I'm so happy you had a nice visit. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're trying to get in the Christmas spirit here with some Christmas designs. And I'm kind of on a candy cane kick right now. So we're going to be doing different candy canes for a few more designs because I have a couple more that I want to do really bad. I think next week we'll probably do, well, I don't want to jump ahead, but I am going to be doing a bulb Christmas ornament candy cane wreath too, with a technique that I learned from another creator where you don't have to use hot glue, which is amazing. And we're going to give it a try on this candy cane wreath frame and see what it does. I've only done it on the round wreath frame so far. Because some of those are so tedious with the hot glue, and this technique that I learned from her, it blew my mind how cool and easy it was. Okay, so let's see here. We had our 1 and our 2, and then this was our extra 1. And then we have 1, and this one, I guess, could go down a little further. This one's kind of slipping and sliding on me. So we have 1, 2, the extra 1, 1, 2. This will be our extra 1. And then we'll go back to the 1 and the 2. The one keeps sliding. This last section, we're going to do it a little different. Is that a big roll? Oh, I like the champagne color. That's so pretty. I love that. Okay, 1, 2. We have the extra 1 and then the 1. Let's see here. Let's do this one here. I know. I want a cool name too. I like that name. We need some cool names, Rob Star Dallas. Although I think my name's pretty cool too. I grew up in the Hollie Hobby days, and it took me forever when I started my business. I mean, people think that's so easy. Oh, you just a business name and this. I mean, you know how hard it is to think of a business name? I remember it took me weeks just to sit there and I was thinking and thinking and thinking. And then that Hollie Hobbies came in my head and I was like, this is it. I love that. Oh, I just thought it was too cute. And thank goodness it wasn't taken. I think there's some variations of it, but and then I made sure that I got, even though I haven't, my website's a hot mess. But I have the domain name, myholliehobbies.com. So I need to, that's another goal is I need to get that website. I need to get it to where I want it to be. But in the meantime, I still have it and I keep it going because I don't want to lose that domain name. I love it. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out something here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. So we're making our way. I know. I had Hollie Hobby doll. I love Hollie Hobbies or Hollie Hobby. Okay. So I know it's kind of funky and weird with all those pipe cleaners, but we're going to make this look super cute. Happy Hollie Hobbies. Oh. Okay, let's see here. Where are we at? Okay, so now we're coming on this last section, and this is where on my tutorial I ironed out a few kinks because this end was looking too funky. If we still did the 1 and the 2, I didn't like the way it looked. I felt like it didn't look like a candy cane. So what I did was I did this around the 1 and 2, but I have it coming off the number 2 bar, if that makes sense. See how that's twisted around that number 2? So that way it's tapering in. And then, oh yeah, then the last one, I think that's all I did. No, I should have grabbed my other candy cane. I'm pretty sure this is what I did. Okay. That's why I'm saying I'm going to start doing my lives like this so I can iron out the kinks ahead of time. Okay, so this one, now we're adding the 1 right here. We're on that very last section now. And now the last one we're going to do is we're going to go through the mesh and it's going to like rest right here. So it's tapering in, the candy cane is, and it's still holding that candy cane shape. Oh no. That's no good, Rob Star Dallas. All that work and the wind just blows it all away. Thank you. I changed to this color because I thought I eyeballed this the other day. And, you know, it's one of those things when you're like, I should have got it and you can't stop thinking about it. So I went back today and got this. And I'm just looking for a little clip to hold this. And we're going to add the last, no, this is what we're going to do. That's what it was. We're going to add the pipe cleaner on here. Hold on, let me think how I did this one. This one I did like this, and I want it to come. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. I'm trying to remember how I did it. Okay, that's right. So this one so basically I want this one. I want this one to go up. I don't want to just put it right here at the end. So it's kind of coming down too far. I want it to go up higher, kind of like sitting on that other one. So in order to do that, I'm going to come around the middle bars, but I'm going to come up through the mesh, if that makes sense. Because I need it to fill up. It's still a little thin and it needs to fill up, but I don't want to go too low. So I'm coming right through that mesh around those two bars. So see how I am on this one? Right around like that. And I want to keep it coming probably about an inch or so from the end here. So I'm only doing that on this very last one. And this one, I want to get this out of my way. Hi, Donna. Welcome. This was in the Christmas aisle, Debbie. In the Christmas where they have the ribbon and the mesh. I'm just going to finish this one off and get that out of my way. And they had the other candy, the pink candy looking one that I used in my tutorial. That's super cute and pretty with the pinks and the pastels. All right, so that's what I came up with to make it look more like a candy cane than doing the same thing on the sides for that last section. Okay, so this is what we have so far. It's a hot mess, I know. We're gonna get there. Yeah, it's they have the smaller rolls in there too. And they don't usually keep this in the regular mesh section. It's usually in the in that seasonal part. Okay, so now we're going to get these pipe cleaners out of the way. Hi, Donna. Welcome. Glad you can make it. And then I found these in the Grinch section. We're going to use these little balls as decorations. And then I have some ribbon. I have a 2.5 inch and a 1.5 inch. And we'll do, maybe we'll make a couple different bows and then you can let me know which one that you like. All right. Okay. So now I hate to like take these off here, but that's what I fell in love with these little balls, and I couldn't find those balls anywhere else. So we're gonna, and then I'll use these curly cues for something else. But right now we're going to take these balls. I like them. Ooh, hopefully they'll come off. There we go. I like them because they're styrofoam and they work really great with what I'm doing here. So I'm just gonna pull these off. All right, Rhonda, welcome back. I remember those days. And you just couldn't wait till they started driving. All right, we'll get there. There we go. Boy, those are on there. But what's cool about it is we're going to use those little open ends and they're going to stick right on our pipe cleaner. So what we're going to do is twist the pipe cleaners. Basically, we're just going to decorate this, and it's up to you, however you want to do it. I'm going to wait until I get all these balls up because I like to kind of lay things out first before I put them on. But basically, we're going to finish off one pipe cleaner and stick this on the other pipe cleaner. And we can always add a little hot glue. Let me get my glue gun warmed up here. Loving my new glue gun. Oh my goodness. I have this linked in my Amazon store. My followers recommended that gun to me and I love it. Now, at this point, you can find any decorations of your choice. I really wanted the sparkles to go with my sparkle deco mesh. And if you're a crafter, you know that none of this is going to ever go to waste. We will definitely use it for something else. Oh, I understand, Rhonda. Holy smokes. That was my kids. They have the funniest stories of me teaching them how to drive. Like I was freaked out, like white knuckles, just oh my gosh. I tried to be calm, but it's so stressful out there. People, because you're trying to teach them the proper rules and nobody out there is following the rules. So you're like, okay, this is what it says in the book, but this is what you really have to do. Yeah, I was a wreck. And I mean, my kids are in their 20s and I'm still a nervous wreck when they go places. And we have them on that. We all follow each other on the maps. And I'm still a wreck if my youngest wants to go to the, whatever, to the city and do this. And I'm like, ugh, the traffic, oh my gosh, that highway. And I don't think that's something that you ever get relaxed at. It's just so scary out there. All right, I'm just getting all these balls off. Yeah, I totally agree. And I would tell them, I'm you have people's lives in your hands. I mean, this is not a joke driving. It's like so serious and you've got to oh, I remember one time we're doing a double left and I'm teaching him, stay in this and then he goes and I'm just like, ah, and then they're like, you yell, why are you yelling? I'm just like, because our lives are in danger here. Yeah, they have funny stories of me teaching them all how to drive. It is scary. Especially when you're the passenger in there teaching them. I mean, that is just like the scariest thing when you have no control over the situation. Yes, Debbie. Yeah. Is she chomping at the bit? Because some kids aren't chomping at the bit. My middle son was not chomping at the bit to get his driver's license. I don't think he got his. I mean, he didn't really need it when he was in college, but he didn't get his until he was like 20, I think. Some kids, that's kind of the thing now. They don't want to get their license at 16. Oh, so she'll be fine, Debbie. She'll be fine. All right. Okay, we're getting there. We got the balls all taken off. Now, let me just kind of play around with where I want them. And what we're going to do is we're just basically going to be placing them, well, wherever you want to, but where the pipe cleaners are. And you're just going to decorate it. And she's kind of, hopefully I have enough here. And you don't have to do every single pipe cleaner. I just want to see how many I have before I start on these. Yeah, those balls are going to be perfect with this mesh. I need something to hold them before they roll off on you. And then maybe we should do our bow first so we know where it's going to go. Yep, we have plenty of balls. I'm glad I got 2 picks. Those are what gets me in trouble at Hobby Lobby, are the floral picks. All right, we're going to start adding these. I just kind of wanted to play around for a minute just to make sure I had enough. Okay, so we have a general idea of where everything's going to go. And we have plenty of balls, so now we're going to start adding them. Let's see. Rhonda. Oh. Aw, I'm sorry. Okay, so here we go. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to give these a couple twists and we'll clip one of the pipe cleaners off. And I think somebody, I don't remember who it was asking me on one of my lives if they were spring-loaded clippers. And I didn't have the spring-loaded ones yet. These are, and they're absolutely amazing. I have these linked in my Amazon store as well. I mean, I noticed a huge difference with those clippers. I was using these same clippers for like 2 years, and sometimes you just have to upgrade. It's definitely worth it. So we're just going to roll down one of those pipe cleaners, and I'll cut another one off about halfway and make sure, and then we're just going to stick it right in that hole that we just made. I might have to clip it down a little bit more. Let me just see there. Yeah, just like that. We're going to use those pipe cleaners to our advantage here. And I'll just add a little bit of glue in that hole before we start. Maybe clip that down a little bit more. And if you don't have the holes in your whatever you're attaching, just hot glue them. Just clip the pipe cleaners down and hot glue them. But it's nice if you have the styrofoam embellishments because you can use those pipe cleaners for this. All right, so now let's go through and start finishing off our pipe cleaners. And I'm just using some needle nose pliers and just twisting one of them out of my way and down so you can't see it. And the other one we're clipping off. Actually, this one we probably should clip a little bit more. So we'll add some of these and then we'll make a bow and then we'll, before we add the ones in the middle so we can see where we're at. And you can just push it down. All right. And you're going to have some of that foil that starts coming apart. We can just clip some of that at the end if it's bothering you. That's what happens with this foil mesh. It'll start doing that sometimes. I love it when you can use those pipe cleaners like that. It's so fun. And now it's going to start coming to life once we get all these pipe cleaners finished off. I like it in this mesh. I also got, oh, I have it over there, but I got the little 5.5-inch roll. It was almost like a gold mesh, which I thought would be really pretty to do a gold one. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. Welcome. I'm doing great. How about yourself? We're making a candy cane wreath. And I just lost one of those balls are rolling down. And right now we're finishing off our pipe cleaners. We've used 5.5-inch mesh and added it to a Dollar Tree candy cane wreath frame. And now we're embellishing it with some styrofoam balls. There's the end to this. There it is. This is always the fun part, is the embellishing it. That's my favorite part. And then you can just push it down too. All right, we're getting there. I like them, Deb. I do like working with them. Yes, for sure. But I also like to work with a little bit of everything because I know not everybody can get those boards. So I like to work with all different wreath forms. But yes, I love working on those boards. They're really fun to work with, and there's a lot of different things that you can do with them. And we'll be doing some more designs on those boards as well. They're great. That's a great invention for sure. Are you making anything on one of them right now? I mean, they're great for those roses. I love those rose wreaths. All right, we're getting there. And I'm just pretty much adding something where all the pipe cleaners are. And I'm still learning with those boards, like how to use them. But I have done I've done a few different designs, and it's fun to be able to use those boards in different ways, like you could with a regular wreath frame, like the pancake ruffle, the flowers for sure. Those holes make it really nice to know where to put everything. I think this just came off. So I think I have a pipe cleaner that's in there. And try to get this pipe cleaner out. There it goes. All right, so we'll probably do the bow right around here. So I'm just going to do a few more and kind of leave this area open for the bow. Let's do this one right here. And then we'll leave these 3 open right here. And then we'll do a few more up this way, and then we'll make our bow. We'll get there. Welcome back, Donna. Oh, are you doing that? Oh, yes. That one is trending. That is it that vintage Santa? Is that what that is, Debbie? I've seen a lot of people talking about that. I haven't been to Walmart yet this year and looked at their Christmas stuff yet. Do they have some cute things out? But yeah, I've seen that vintage Santa that people are using, and it's so cute. Thank you, Donna. We're getting there. We are getting there. Should we do a green or a red right there? Probably should have done a green one right there. We'll do green. Okay, so we'll leave those there. I think that'll be a good spot for the bow. We'll play around with the bow first before we finish off those pipe cleaners. And let me just finish these up around here, and then we'll add that finishing bow. Yeah, at Walmart, is it 50% off their Christmas stuff? I'm trying to stay away this year because I have so much supply that I need to use up before I get myself in any trouble here. I'm trying to be good because I was not very good last year. And when I did my taxes, we just did our taxes actually because I had to file an extension. And when I added up all those receipts, I was like, ooh, we're not doing that this year. I know they're write offs, but still, it was a little out of control. I'm talking all big as I went to Hobby Lobby today to buy this mesh. But you know what I mean. When I have some tubs next door full of some Christmas, and I have a whole bag of snowman heads because I at one point I was doing wreath parties too. And if you haven't done one of those are a great thing to do this time of year too. If for those that like to do the craft shows and all that kind of stuff, wreath parties are so much fun, and it's a great way to make some money and to build connections, and they're a blast. So I would highly recommend advertising for some wreath parties and you bring all the supplies and they bring all the people, and it's a win-win. A win-win. They set up the food and the beverages, and then you show up with all your stuff and teach them how to do it. And charge a set amount per person, and it's a win-win. People love to gather and craft this time of year. But people don't want to go out and buy all the stuff to do it, or they might not know where to start. So I mean, it's a great thing to do. I started out with doing wreath parties. Okay, let me do a few more here. Let's All I know, it is hot here in California right now. Like, I was so tempted to turn the air on today, but it was all I could do not to turn it on. It's been warm, which is good, but it's hard to get in the Christmas spirit when it's when it's 75 degrees outside. That's why I have a hard time crafting in the summertime, because I want to be outside. I think I have the hardest time is keeping my channel going through the summer months. These balls are so cute. All right, we're working our way around. And you don't have to just place them on the pipe cleaners. You could just finish off all your pipe cleaners and hot glue your embellishments wherever you want. I just think that this is it's a nice to be able to use the pipe cleaners like this. Hi, Ludi. Welcome, welcome. We are making a candy cane wreath and getting all of our embellishments added, and then we're going to make a bow. We'll do a couple bows, and then you guys can tell me which bow that you like the best, and we'll add that bow. Da-da-da, we're getting there. So my other wreath that I did in the same style, which is on my YouTube channel for my last tutorial, I added the embellishments were a garland from Hobby Lobby, and it had candies and pom-poms. So I did the same thing, except I used one pipe cleaner for the candy, and then I just hot glued the little pom-poms. So you can add, like I said, as much or as little as you want to it. I like those garlands at Hobby Lobby because they have a lot of goodies on them. And if you haven't already given this live a thumbs up or a like, if you could please do that, that really helps me and my channel. If you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button up above And I release new tutorials every Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sometimes I'll be able to squeeze another tutorial in that week, which I might do during this holiday season just to get everything done that I want. And if you turn those notifications on, you'll receive notifications. You ring the bell, you make sure your notifications are on, and then when I release new tutorials, you'll get notified. So that's always nice. A reminder. Deb, I love it. Oh, Deb. Oh, thank you, Nicole. That's so sweet. Thank you. I have just been having so much fun going live with you all. I had my channel for over 2 years and I never went live. So this is a new journey for me. And I love it. I love it. It's been so much fun. And you all have been so amazing and so supportive and loving. And you really, I mean, you make me want to do this each week. Like I look forward to it. And I appreciate that so much. Even with the haters out there, if you're just coming on, I said in the beginning that if you're here, if talking bothers you, then this is not the live because I got a few nasty messages. People were saying that I talk too much on my lives, and um, I thought that's what lives were, so you can talk and interact. But we are getting there. Oh yes, I do. For sure. I usually blow that stuff off, but every once in a while, sometimes stuff will get to me, but I try not to let that stuff get to me. I'll just sit back and watch my followers take care of it for me. Cuz usually they'll come to my rescue and be like, "That's rude." I have the best followers ever. All right, we're making our way up here. Hopefully that's going to be a good spot. I think that'll be a good spot. And then we can always add some more around our bow. Let's see here. Let's keep this one in the middle. Let's do a red over here. Oh, I can't believe it's almost November. Where did the year go? I've just been over here crafting away this whole year. Okay, that is not going to work. I don't know what is going on there. There we go. Still had a wire in there. All right. Thank you, Kathy. I know you would have, Deb. Well, what they do is they'll say it on my replay. Like if they watch this on a replay, they won't really say that like live, but they'll leave a message afterwards. Because once this live is there, you can always watch it. And I just let them know that, I mean, it just, the only reason why I'm saying it is because it happened twice on after 2 different lives by different people. They said that I talk too much. But I just let them know that I thought that's what a live is so you can interact with your followers and answer questions, which involves talking. Oh, Donna, welcome. Your first time. I'm so happy to have you. Welcome. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button up above. I have a lot of tutorials under the video tab. I release new tutorial every Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I go live every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we're so happy to have you here. I love it when people find me. All right, we're just embellishing this. I know, right, Janice? Oh, I'm doing my best to talk and craft at the same time. Okay, we're getting there. I just got a couple more embellishments up here. And look at it, it's starting to come along. It's looking so pretty. I don't know if you can really see that iridescent shining through, but it's very, very pretty and shiny. So Donna, since you're new to my channel, I just wanted to let you know that if you hear any snoring, any snorts, it's not my husband sleeping in the chair. It is my pug who is attached at my hip, and he's always in my craft room. So you'll hear him in the background noise of my tutorials, my lives, and that's where the snores and snorts are coming from. He is my angel. I was telling my husband the other day, out of all of our dogs, I think this one has got to be the most spoiled because this is the only dog that we've had where I've worked from home. All my other animals, I went to work, and this one is with me 24/7, 24 hours of the day. We are like attached. So yeah, I was telling him I think that he's definitely the most spoiled out of all of our dogs. Yes, I'm talking about you, buddy. I'm just trying to get the little stuff out of the hole so I can get it on my pipe cleaner. And I always forget, but I'll try to bring them on camera before we end here so you can get see the face behind the snores. He ended up in our bed last night because he normally sleeps in his crate, and then my husband gets up early and then he'll put him in bed with me. But he ended up in our bed all night last night because my son was out and he was having this breathing attack thing that happens every once in a while. And so we let him in the bed. He needed some comfort. Well, he probably did it on purpose so he can he could be in there. Oh, good, Donna. I mean, how can you not be? They are just the most precious creatures. He's my buddy, my partner in crime. All right, we are getting very close here. And did I have another red? No, I had a ball that fell on the ground somewhere. Anyway, we'll just add this green one right here. This is my last little ball. Let's see here. I might break this one up with 2 balls because every time I end up with one right there, it reminds me of my Rudolph wreath and with the nose, and I can't like unsee that, so I'm going to make it look not like a nose right there. Okay, so I'm going to add these last ones, and that worked out good. Those 2 picks worked out perfect for what we're doing today. Oh, they love their ribbon. Ask Debbie, who's on this live. She got she's has a kitten, Henry, who's all in her ribbon and crafts. She tries to craft with a kitten. And Henry is all about the ribbons and the wreaths. All right. So let's add these last 2 right here. Yeah, just well taken care of. AKA spoiled. You can ask Lori about that. She's got she's got 2 spoiled ones. Vito and Lucy. And last live I asked what they were doing, and they were eating their bones from the butcher, their bone marrow bones. And I said, "Can you say spoiled?" Vito is a like 280-pound Saint Bernard she has. Okay, so let's add these last 2. We're getting there, and then we're going to make a bow and add that last finishing touch on our design. So this is just an idea and a fun way to use the add that 5.5-inch mesh onto this wire wreath frame. And I just thought it was a really neat technique with those little pancake ruffles. A great way to add the mesh onto the wreath frame. So you can imagine, I mean, the sky's the limit on what you can do with these. So this we have so far, we have those pipe cleaners in the middle, which I'm debating if I want to finish them off because I feel like I might, you know what? Let's finish these off and then we can always just hot glue another embellishment if we want. Because this is about where our bow is going to be. We'll add the bow first and then we can add the other stuff later. I know, Vito and Lucy. Lucy's the little one and Vito's the big one. And Lori says they sleep together and they're so, oh, so fun. Okay, here we go. Let's finish these off. I'm just rolling them with my needle nose and getting them out of the way. Okay, so we're getting there. And you're going to have some of that foil that's going to just start popping off. And you can just give it a little haircut if any of those pieces are bothering you. That's what happens with this foil mesh. All right. So we have so far our candy. I don't know if it's really, you can really see all the sparkle and shine right now. like I can, but it's very sparkly and shiny. Oh, that's so cute. You already trained him how to do that, Deb? That's crazy. That is good. That's a talent, training a cat. Oh, so cute. I bet he loves his little tunnel. All right. So I'll just leave that glue gun on for a little bit longer in case we need it with these last balls here. So now let's make a bow. And let's see here. We're gonna make 2 bows, and then you tell me which bow that you want or that you think would look good. Thank you, Betty. Appreciate that. All right. So just making sure I haven't missed any messages. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, you got that right, Deb. That's exactly how I feel about time. It really does. It goes by so fast. Okay, here we go. Just making sure. All right. He trained us. That's what I say about Turbo because I read that somewhere and it was talking about pugs and it says that you don't train them, they train you. And that is so true. Pugs are the most stubbornest breed ever. They don't do anything unless they want to do it. I've never had a dog where you say, "Come here, come, here's a treat." And they just sit and look at you and it's on their time. Yep. It's on his time. Oh, I agree, Deb. I think the candy cans, I think that they would be a fantastic seller at craft fairs because you can make them for inexpensive and you can sell them for, you don't have to charge, an arm and a leg. And people like that under $50 price range. Okay, so let's make a couple bows here and add a little bit more bling to our wreath here. Now I have 2 different, I thought this was cute and would go with everything that we're doing here. And I have a 2.5 inch and a 1.5 inch. So let's make a couple different ones. Or we could do a monochromatic one too. But anyway, there's a lot of things we could do. But I always like to do this one. I don't know why. I just think it always looks really cute with this candy cane wreath. I call it a 3-2-1 bow. It's really easy. And I just always think that it turns out super cute. So let's start with a tail. You don't have to just add you could do it all at once without cutting it, but I think I want to add the tail first because it puts that tail where I want it to be. And if this doesn't turn out, we'll do it the other way, the way I normally do it. But I just wanted to add that tail first. And I think this bow always looks cute on the candy canes. I haven't used this ribbon before. It's pretty. It's got a lot going on here. And you always want to do a nice sharp twist when you're doing your one-sided ribbon. Always just give that a good push down before you make those other loops. Yeah, I'm hearing that a lot, Kathy, about the candy canes. I know because I've been posting stuff about my Dollar Tree having them, and people are just saying that theirs don't carry them, and they can't find them online either. The wreath shop sells them. Donna, do you know, are they the same size as the Dollar Tree wreath frames? Or are they different? So this is a 3-2-1. I have this tutorial on my YouTube channel for this particular bow. It's a bow that I use a lot because I like it. It's a 1 ribbon bow, and I think it always turns out really pretty. But you can do any sort of bow of your choice at this point. Hi, Karen. Welcome. Welcome. We are finishing up our candy cane wreath frame and making a bow here to add. We're going to do 2 different bows, and then you can tell me if you like the 1.5 inch or the 2.5 inch better. So I'm doing 3 loops first, just a tad longer than 5 inches. Now this ribbon's going to go very nice with what we're doing here. So we have our 3, and now we're going to go to the 2. Just trying to get that a nice tight twist. Give it a good push down. And now for the 2, I'm going to go a little bit shorter than the previous ones. That way all those loops can be highlighted, stand out with this beautiful ribbon. And now we're doing the 2 loops on each side. I'm getting better at doing the bows holding in my hand, but this bow maker has been such a great tool for me. This one's the Easy Bow Maker. I absolutely love it. It's got all the markers on it. I have this linked in my Amazon store as well. I have another bow maker. It's up there. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's got all these pegs, and I haven't quite learned how to use that one yet. But when I figure that one out, I haven't really sat down and put the time into it. But when I figure that one out, I'll show you that bow maker as well. So there's the 2, and now we'll end it with our 1, our single loop in the center. Oh, so they have different sizes, Donna. That's nice. That's good to know. Well, I'll let people know when they've been asking about the candy cane wreaths, where they can get them from. And then we'll do the single one's going to be the little one in the center. So I'll do that about 2 inches. There we go. That is a big stack of ribbon there. Well, that is really good to know that they have different sizes of them. Oh, so okay, because people ask me what size it is at the Dollar Tree, and I was like, I didn't realize it had a size. I guess I could have measured it. Um, ooh, I bet. Okay, and the Hobby Lobbies are bigger. Okay, well, that's good to know. And I'm using some Bodabra floral wire, which I absolutely love. This stuff is really sturdy and it's really hard to break. Oh, I think Turbo wants out. Hold on, Turbo. Trying to keep that in so it doesn't pop out. Hold on, Turbo. I'll let you out in just a second. I'm going to have to excuse myself for 1 minute and let my dog out. Hold on, Turbo. Okay. All right. So here's our bow. Isn't that pretty? Ah, we gotta fluff them. They take a while. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna have to let Turbo out. He is scratching out the door. Be right back. You trying to come back in? In or out? In or- Oh, he's scratching to come back in, not go out. I didn't even know you went out. Come here. Want to say hi? Oh my goodness. This is Turbo. You say hi? Hey, say hi. Mwah. Yeah, you're a good boy. That's when I know my live's almost done because he starts getting super needy because it's time for his WALK. All right, so let's get our 3s out and our 2s out, and then we're going to start fluffing. And it takes time to get your bow fluffed up the way that you want, but it's worth it because that's when it starts coming to life. Like I said, you could do whatever bow you want. I just think that this style of bow looks cute on the candy canes. So let me just get this fluffed out. We're in the home stretch here. That's my Turbo. He's a stinker. It's starting to get dark earlier now, so I need to get him out before it gets dark. Otherwise, I'm taking a flashlight and we're walking. And hopefully this one in the middle was long enough. Probably could have done it a little bit bigger, but ooh, this ribbon is so pretty. Okay, we're getting there. All right, so we have our bow here, and now we're going to add this one. I was going to make that other one too with 2.5 inches, but I think we are, what time is it? Yeah, we might still have time for that. And I'll fix the tails in a minute. I just want to see what this looks like. Bear with me. It takes time to get these bows looking the way you want. Yeah, those colors are fun, huh, Donna? This is the first time I've used this ribbon, and I really like it. It's very stiff, which is good, and it holds its shape. But you know, you gotta. It takes a little time to get everything the way you want. I think I'm just gonna keep this bow. I don't think I'm gonna make one with a 2.5 inch. Do you want me to make one with the 2.5 inch and compare? Because I don't mind doing it. Or we can add this one. Let me get an idea of what it looks like. I think I'm going to add this one, and then let's add it for good and see what it looks like. I couldn't find my plastic embroidery needle the other day, so I'm just going to use my fingers and fill. I'm going to get that to the back of the wreath. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. Welcome. We are putting that last touch on our candy cane wreath, and we used 5.5 inch mesh for this. Trying to get my floral wire to the back here. It's giving me a little trouble without my embroidery needle. Yeah, we could even add some of these little curlies in our design too. If we wanted to add some of those around our bow would be cute. Okay, let me try to get a right spot for it. And we're just tying it around the wreath bar. I'm just going to tie it in a bow till I know that I like it for sure before we knot it in there. And when I flipped it over, it smashed my bow. Okay, so let's cut some of these tails down. And you can always, with this kind of ribbon, you can always do the little curly thing too. Let's see what it looks like that. That would be cute. We'll do that. Let me get these even. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. All right. So let's see here what we got. I just feel like it needs to go up a little higher. Well, I guess that's a good spot. And we can always, if we want, to add some of these little curly cues. Be kind of fun. Let's just play around with these a little bit around the bow and see what it looks like. Those are kind of fun. Maybe we'll see. We'll add a couple. Take the red and white apart. I almost did this in red and white, is what I was gonna do it. I was gonna do it like a regular candy cane, but I switched last minute. Oh, that would be kind of fun. I think I like the spirals coming out the middle of the bow like that. I think that's cute. Yeah, I think we're gonna add the little spirals coming out like that. I like that. It's kind of fun. See, I told you we'd be putting all this to use, whether we used it on this project or another. We're not gonna let these curly cues. They're too cute to not use. All right, I think I'm gonna do that and hot glue these inside this little loop here. Ah, it's my battery. Ooh, there it goes on my mat. I was trying to find my silicone mat, so that didn't happen. Gotta get that bent flatter so it stays. We'll get there. Just trying to get this glued in there. There we go. All right. Yeah, I like it with the little curly cues coming out. That's super cute. All right, so that completes our candy cane, and the sky is the limit with these. You can use so many different colors, embellishments. You could do your traditional red and white, but I thought this was fun to use that fun foil mesh, and you could give your mesh a haircut too. All right. The iron on Amazon. All right. And any of the crafting supplies that I use today, you can always find linked in my Amazon store. And I hope that you enjoyed this live tonight and that you'll come back and craft with me some more. And make sure if you haven't liked this live, if you could please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button up above and come on over. We have a lot of fun. I release a new tutorial every Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I go live every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I thank you all for coming. Oh, the curly cues, those came on a floral pick from Hobby Lobby, and that's where I took off these little balls from this floral pick, and I embellished it with those styrofoam balls. And if you came late, you can always watch the replay and see how I added those styrofoam balls to the pipe cleaners. So I hope that you all had fun, and thank you so much for supporting my live journey here on YouTube. And I love crafting with you, and I can't wait to design with you next week. So thanks for watching, Hollie Hobbies, from my heart to yours. Bye.